So this reading takes a look at how your individual backstories have brought you together and what it means in the connection that you share. Twin flame connections, which I'm pretty sure this is one, don't happen randomly. There's a lot of things that go on to facilitate you guys coming together in a connection. So let's take a look. Let's start with your backstory. What is your backstory in love? What is your backstory in love? Let's take a look. As the cards come out, we'll see what significant details happened to bring you to the place you are at now with this person. What happened? What happened? Because all of us have a story, a story in love that affects us significantly. Okay, let's begin. Basically, I feel like you went into an initial connection, like a serious connection, like marriage, living together, something like that, not believing in love and accepting that love was associated with pain and not being treated well. And so you didn't recognize this relationship as toxicity, as what it was. You thought that your dream of love was kind of like a fairy tale, right? That didn't exist. So before we go on, let's look at where did that come from? Like, where did this belief come from? How did you end up with this? Let's see. Whoa. Couple things. Okay, so I feel like you grew up in a home where emotions weren't talked about, that they were just skirted past, that it wasn't believed to be important, like forget the mush, there's things to get done. And I think that your belief in like the highest level of love and purity were dashed down. And you didn't have loving examples in front of you because I feel like your parents probably were not connected in love. And so when you watch the girly movies or whatever, no validation was given to that. Let's pull a couple more. So basically you stopped believing in this love that you thought you wanted, and you got into people pleasing because you didn't have the examples of love that you thought you dreamed of, right? You just decided to go with the flow and make people happy, and that's kind of like where it came from, this like feeling that you weren't fully recognized, your feelings weren't validated, that you were asking for too much, and so you settled for less than you deserved. Less than you deserved. You definitely did not have the respect, or this connection, this marriage did not bring you the validation of your full potential and who you are. And you kind of jumped to it quickly to make sure that you didn't lose this person, because losing love was the most painful thing you could imagine. not having this person who you thought was your wish fulfillment at the time, and you learned very quickly to proceed with love, um, to please them, to be extremely patient and accept whatever came. But a tower moment happened where you saw the light and couldn't take it anymore. You really saw how much this person hurt you. Not sure what it was, but it was something where it was like the straw that broke the camel's back. And you actually couldn't believe they said that. I hear those words. I can't believe you said that. So what happened after that with your backstory? What happened? What happened next? Well, you found the strength to walk away. You found the strength to walk away and stop giving to this non-love. And you took a leap of faith. A leap of faith that you had no idea where it would lead you. But you felt it had to be to a better place than where you were at. And the situation had become so horrible that you knew that no matter what lay ahead, it couldn't be worse than staying where you were. So that is your backstory in love. Let's see what theirs is. So I'm going to grab this other deck. Also the traditional tarot, but just a different deck. Let's see what your person, what their backstory was in love. Okay. Well, some cards are flying out. Okay. Wow. Okay. Getting one more for this portion, and then we'll take a look. Wow. Very interesting what I'm seeing here. Okay, so I think that your person is actually very spiritual and emotional, but that's not the situation they grew up in. They were discouraged from following their intuition because it was too frou-frou, not validated, not logical enough. In fact, they got in trouble for talking about matters of the heart, spirituality, any kind of love. And I feel like this came from their mother, the person who was supposed to protect their heart and guide them. Time and time again, they got put down for loving, pushed away. Their feelings and emotions invalidated if they dared to talk about love. And so I believe that this person actually followed the rules, did what they had to do, and then I'm getting like almost walked over this person. Not walked over, but just cut them out of their life largely, right? I think they set forth to create their own abundance, their own family, and they put this passion in the background. Their sense of not being enough at the home they grew up in. And they set out to begin a new story of their own. And they kept their truth very close to their chest because of the hurt that had happened from their home. And they walked away from that. So what happened next? Let's see. what happened next. Okay. This is very interesting. And I'm going to obviously show you in a second what happened. What happened next. Okay, so they took action and they thought they could create their own magic, their own fairy tale love story. They weren't exactly sure how because of not having the example of knowing what to do growing up, but they felt they could. And I believe that they entered into a marriage and shortly after found out that this also wasn't love, it was a repeating cycle. And it was almost like they were back to the beginning again, where I see emotions being defended, but defended in anger. I feel like nothing was ever good enough for who this person chose to be with. There was always more and more expectations being set. It made them feel really bad because they went into this with their whole heart. But it wasn't a soul connection. And basically there was disconnect, like the chemistry was done, the connection was done, there was nothing that they could do, and it made them really weak. And this person is very strong and they have so many unprocessed emotions and trauma from what happened in love, a marriage, deep connection. And it wasn't a brand new world, it was a reflection of what they've always known. And they sucked it up basically and put on this front that everything was okay and move forward and who needs love anyway. But on the inside they were extraordinarily in deep pain, and I believe they still are. So those are your backstories. Those are very similar. But what I see is that your person is the runner. Like they left. They like went as far as they possibly could from their past to start again. And you stayed until you couldn't stay any longer. So what does this mean for the two of you? I think that when you guys connected, it was powerful, it was instant. And what does this mean for love with both of you, this new connection that you share? Okay, let's see. Pulling on your side first. Let's see what's going on. See what's going on in terms of how it impacted you and how it impacted them. Wow, so many cards are coming out, but I will show you for sure. I will show you. Okay, let's see. How did it impact them? How did it impact them meeting you? Meeting you. Okay, just pulling the camera back a little bit. So my readings are basically in 4 columns. So there's like a lot of cards. So it's basically guiding energy right now, showing up in the physical space, heart space, and guiding energy for the future. All right, so multiple cards are coming out at one time. So this is definitely a powerful connection. Them versus you. Okay, when you met them, you had this instant recognition of them and felt like they're the one. Um, it's inexplicable, but you knew at the moment that you met them. When they met you, they felt this rush of emotions towards you, but this person is not good at love. They have, for the reasons we just talked about, denied it. But they couldn't deny it because this is locked down Archangel Michael's sword of love. And it put them in their head, it confused them. I think you guys got together and it was supposed to be light, chemistry, nothing major. But it made them want to come rushing passionately in, and I'm getting that with the Four of Swords. It made them recognize this was their final stop. They didn't want to go anywhere after this, not at all. At the same time, you were questioning because of your history, like, could this really be what you're feeling? And you had a hard time accepting this new reflection, this new person into your life. And I feel like it triggered intense healing and emotional release in you, knowing they're the one. So much passion. It's weird. This card keeps flipping up and down in my mind. It's like you're crazy attracted to them, but feels like they couldn't possibly be the one. And you were very afraid to love them. Very afraid to love them. And because of that, you were very resistant to receiving their love. And you spoke things that pushed them away. And this person talked about physical chemistry because their love language is physical touch. But that's not how they felt. They felt like deep emotions for you, like you're the whole package, like there could possibly be no one else. And in meeting you, they healed their perception about love because they associated love with pain, and for the first time to see a future of love as being abundant with possibility for you, and you made them want to be better and let down their guard. So what's coming up in your love story? What's coming up in this beautiful love story? Because I know it's being fraught with pain, passion, uncertainty, and wishes fulfilled at the same time. Let's see what's coming up. Okay, getting some clarifiers to make sure. What is coming up in this love between you? Okay. And on their side, looking at their side of the deck as well. Okay, getting these cards. What are they thinking? What are they saying? What's coming up? What's going to happen in this connection that you share? That means so much to both of you. Wow. So this is a lot. Let me lay them out. Okay. Got it together a couple more. And then I will show you, of course. Okay, and one more for your side. One more for your side. Okay, so what I see right now, and you're possibly going through this, is you want commitment. It's been a while in this connection of the back and forth, and you're ready for a higher level of commitment. Which currently they're not bringing. They're running. They're denying this love because of another cycle, and I feel like this is possibly one of the last between you, but they're denying this love. And just leaving you in pain and basically feeling like the reconnection will never happen. That this person just doesn't have them to have it in them to show up right, or they don't care enough. But in the background, the guides and angels have your back, and this is actually being built out. What you're experiencing is the ugly side of healing. It's really horrible, but it's necessary. And you're going to get this eternal rest and holy commitment from them. You see this stained glass window. It reminds me of a church. This love is guided, protected. It really can't be broken. They are going to bring you faith, certainty, truth, and love soon and daily of committed, lasting connections. On their side, they know that there is never, ever going to be anyone else like you. And they want to come towards you. They want to bridge this distance. They actually cannot imagine not having you in their life or how that would feel. And yeah, it's a tower moment of redefining boundaries, redefining what is acceptable to you, especially, and meeting in the middle. And right now they're in this energy of, I'm not giving this commitment to you. I don't care if you stay or you can go. And that's very much out of their ego. They are not about to let you in on their emotions. No way. Are they going to be vulnerable right now? But a judgment call is coming soon. Or they want to make up for this regret because you think that you've been in pain, but they've also been in pain with a lot of sleepless nights that they will never tell you about. Because they have denied this love and your truth by wanting to have it their way only. Refusing to compromise and build it out. But the thing is that you are twin flames. You are the perfect partnership. And this is why you were sent and meant to each other to balance each other out. And you are the yin-yang union. You're divinely meant. And what feels like the opposite of magic right now is going to be defended and protected not only by the universe but by your person. So just pulling one more random card for you. You're going to get the commitment that you want from this person. You already have it in their heart. You just have to stay strong in your boundaries and your energy. And this is why this is happening right now, because you have to have non-negotiables in love. It's so important for them and for you to show up properly and in the correct balance. And for them, this final card says they have to learn not to give what they got in the past. That the lack of love they received growing up and in their marriage isn't going to serve them now to give that. They're going to always be lonely and without love unless they turn this right side up and show up right. That the fairy tale isn't broken. but they have to make the choice to move forward and make this happen and stop running and spilling the love. And that is the secret, and the guides, the higher ups, are making them aware of that. It's coming. So that's the story so far of your love. We'll be looking at next chapters.